Genesis chapter 10 verse 6. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. Okay, Canaan, yes, we've met already. You see they're going to the land of Canaan. Canaan is the one cursed. I give them a kind of a legal justification for their going and taking the land. There's going to be other justification later on when we get to the story of Abram as well. Egypt, I think we all know where the land of Egypt is. Cush, Put, most likely something maybe North Africa kind of. Okay, so again, it could have been, might have been, we don't exactly know. At least name Egypt. Is Egypt the name of a son, or is Egypt the name of a country? We know Egypt is the name of a country, but that does not imply that Egypt could not have been the name of one of the descendants as well. The sons of Cush. The one thing about the list of the sons of Ham is that it's pretty long. It's the longest of the whole lot. Okay, and we will see as we go through it. Verse 7, the sons of Cush, Sheba, Havilah, Sattah, Ramah, and Sabteka. The sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. Okay, Havilah we've met earlier as well. The gold of Havilah was very famous. We've met it in the slavery story, where the Garden of Eden was shaded as well. Havilah is mentioned. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. Okay, so Nimrod, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Nimrod, and now he's like from like the Roman Catholic Church, based upon the idea of Nimrod and his mother, kind of, and take it from there. Oh yeah, right, I mean, whatever. Anyhow, I don't believe in that conspiracy theory. But what we do see here is Nimrod was a city builder, he was a hunter, and he was a city builder, he was a mighty man. We don't exactly know what that means. Does it mean he was bad? Does it mean he was just was evil or something like that? Or it was a king? What we can see from his achievements, he was kind of a city builder, kind of a builder of an empire, sort of. Right, and that might be as well what we see here, like it's forward looking towards to all the different kinds of empires that is going to be built throughout the centuries. Okay, so verse 10. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkaz, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Okay, Babel we're going to meet again, see again, and read a lot about again in the next chapter. From that land he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and Rezin, between Nineveh and Calah, that is the great city. Okay, Nineveh, the great city, become the capital of the Assyrian Empire later on. Right, they will be the ones to take the northern kingdom into captivity. Right, they will fight against the southern kingdom, nearly destroy the southern kingdom as well. But then God will stop them in the days of Hezekiah. But that's all still to come. Okay, so Egypt fathered Ludum, Anamim, Lebim, Naphthalim, Patrashim, Kashurim, from whom the Philistines came from Caphtorim. Right, so here we meet as well the Philistines. That's going to play such a role in the life of David, for example, right, and in the book of Judges. Canaan fathered Siddim, his firstborn in Heth. And the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Archites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterwards, the clans of the Canaanites dispersed. Okay, every time I read about the Ites here, it reminds me a little bit of asterisks and obliques of the phonics, right? The phonics, the X's, asterisks. X, right, kind of idea, but all of them have the same ending to their names. Okay, and then these people dispersed as well. And the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zebulun as far as Lasha. Okay, so here we see now the borders of Canaan, which is then ultimately would be the borders of the promised land as well. Okay, Sodom, Gomorrah gathered at the sea, still today. Sodom and Gomorrah at the Dead Sea, and then Sidon way in the north. Okay, so the borders, northern, east, southern, western, eastern borders of the land of Canaan, which will then become the promised land. These are the sons of Ham, verse 20, by the clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. Okay, so we have here a very long, detailed list, longer than for Japheth or even Shem, of the sons of Ham, right? The reason being ultimately that these people are going to be their biggest enemies throughout the centuries. The Philistines, I've mentioned already, in the days of David and the days of the judges before David, going to be their biggest enemies. Okay, the Egyptians were always the biggest enemies. They need to be brought out of Egypt. Okay, the Assyrians is going to be later on a huge enemy of theirs who will destroy them as well. Okay, so all of these people, there's this big focus on them here, right? Because they are the main enemies, the main problems for them. So all of them are mentioned in such detail. The people of Japheth, the sons of, is not really. I mean, yes, the Greeks, Joel later on going to conquer that part of the world. But that is way back later on, right? And so at this stage it's not a problem. At this stage these people are, and in the days of Moses, sure, the Philistines, where they're going to go, the Assyrians that they would know there in the north, and the Egyptians from where they already came. They knew all these people, they're all a problem. And Babylon, the mention of Babylon, that we're going to see in the next chapter as well, Nimrod, what he did. Okay, so all of them are really very important to the story, known by them, and therefore there's such a big deal made of them. There's more detail about all of them than of the rest of the sons even of Shem.